So today we would like to look at the study of the Gospels. Or rather the study of the Gospel according to Mark. But before we go directly into Mark, we would like to give you an overview. So the four Gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So I guess most of us know that, but to reinforce, it's good to know Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. The composition now. Matthew has 28 chapters, Mark 16, Luke 24, and John 21. So a quick glance will tell you that Mark is the shortest gospel. Therefore, I encourage you to read it. You can just start from A until you reach Z, just like you're reading any little storybook. Mark was written first. Of the four Gospels, Mark was written first. And then you have Matthew used his source, and Luke. It is interesting to note that of the four Gospels, three are called synoptics. Synoptics mean that they write with the same perspective, the same vision, the same material they use. They just adjust it to suit their audience. So you have Matthew, Mark, and Luke, the synoptics. John now writes on a completely different way. Therefore, he is not considered the synoptics. Now, the principal division in the gospel according to Mark is as follows. Depending on which Bible you have, the division could be slightly different. So you have the prelude to the public ministry of Jesus himself. Then the Galilean ministry, chapter 1 verses 14 to chapter 7. Then journey outside Galilee. The Jerusalem ministry, chapters 11 to 13, and the Passion and Resurrection, chapters 14 to 16. So as you begin, it would be worthwhile to look through the various headings to familiarize yourself with the gospel according to Mark. So just to give a recap then, the four gospels are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Three synoptics, Matthew, Mark, and Luke. It is claimed that Mark was written first, and Matthew and Luke used that information to form their own gospel. Although they are synoptics and they write with the same, the same material, the perspectives, depending on the audience, is slightly different. The great divisions, or the principal divisions in the book according to Mark, the division is the prelude to the public ministry, chapters 1 verses 1 to 13, the Galilean ministry, the journey outside Galilee, the Jerusalem ministry, the Passion and Resurrection of our Lord. So I encourage you in your free time, your spare time, and I hope you will have lots of that to read that. Or you could also have a different type of division depending on how you look. The preparation for the public ministry of Jesus, that's another aspect. The ministry of Jesus, the ministry of Jesus being revealed in chapters 8 and following, and the full revelation of the ministry of Jesus. Now, who are these four gospel writers? Matthew, a former tax collector. Most of us may know that. Mark, a follower of Peter. Luke, a doctor. And it's interesting to mention now that Luke also wrote Acts of the Apostles. So when you're reading Luke, or when you read Luke, read Acts, so you get a good idea. And John, a disciple of Jesus, who is also was one of the youngest disciples. So lots of information for today. Listen to the recording, listen carefully, listen thoughtfully, and let's see what we can do as we continue with our study according to the Gospel of Mark. That's all for today.